Hi, my name is Ashley, and this presentation is called What Do I Do Now? It is a message about learning goals, strengths, and weaknesses, and knowing what the job force is looking for. The presentation will include and explore my own personal goals, strengths, weaknesses, and the qualities I believe I possess. What exactly is a learning goal? It actually was quite difficult to locate a reliable definition for the phrase, but I finally came across this one, which defines it as the behaviors, knowledge, or understandings that students identify as important to their own learning. I really struggled with this portion of the presentation because this is one of the only times I have written down concrete learning goals. Generally speaking, I know what I want and what I need to get to it, but I don't usually sit and spell out specific goals to get me there. I'll start with my own personal main goal. This is to complete and obtain my BGS, or Bachelor's in General Studies degree. Next, I'll share with you my short term or sub goals, which will lead me to my main goal of obtaining my BGS degree. They include completing all coursework successfully, gain as much out of each course as possible, and learn how to apply the new information and skills I've gained efficiently. The first of my sub-goals is to complete all required coursework successfully. Everyone has their own definition of successfully. To me, successfully is to complete the course with an A in full understanding and knowledge of the coursework completed. To someone else, successfully might be with the minimum C grade required to count the course on the transcript. It's subjective. The second sub-goal I've identified is to get as much out of each course as possible. Something my mom has always said to me when I'd complain a class or an assignment was pointless or that I didn't care for it has stuck with me. She said, "You get out of a class, or anything you do, what you put into it. Basically, it's up to you what kind of education you get." A third sub-goal I've listed is to be able to use the new information and the skills I've learned from the coursework efficiently. It's one thing to do the readings, take the tests, write the papers, but do I know how to use the information I've been given? Can I efficiently utilize this new skill I've gained? This is an important goal, and one that must be achieved before moving on. This part of the presentation will include information about strengths and weaknesses in learning. The examples shown here are my own personal strengths and weaknesses. Some of my strengths include a good work ethic, responsibility, ability to prioritize, flexibility, determination, perfectionism, and honesty. Now on to weaknesses. I had a lot more on this list, but after talking with my mom, I realized that many of the things I had listed weren't actually weaknesses. The ones I'm left with are perfectionism, procrastination, saying yes too much, and that I don't always have the best study habits. During this next part of the presentation, I will discuss qualities that employers are looking for. In order to get an idea of some such qualities, I did some research and found that these qualities are some that are important to be considered for a job: ambition, initiative, commitment, and personality. From another source, I found an even longer list of qualities employers are looking for. These are never complete lists, and mine isn't either. Some other qualities that are considered in job candidates are energy, good manners, maturity, good health, cheerfulness, intelligence, and punctuality. Now I will share with you 4 qualities I feel I possess that would make me a good candidate for a given employment opportunity. First, trustworthiness. No one is going to hire someone they can't trust. I feel I have this quality because at my current job, I'm one of few employees trusted with the key both to the building and to the drawer where money and children's medications are kept. The second quality I possess is good work ethic. Trustworthiness goes hand in hand with this one, but it has a lot more to it than that. Good work ethic is doing the very best you can at your job, and I feel that I do that. My kids are learning and making good progress, and I am very proud. A third quality is having a positive outlook. I know I don't care to be around people who are very negative about everything. It's very frustrating and can be quite depressing. I choose to surround myself with positivity and positive people, and it makes sense to me that an employer would choose the same for his or her workplace. Finally, I believe a prospective employer would want a candidate to be willing to learn new skills, ideas, and practices. Things change in the world all the time, and it's nearly impossible to stay stuck in old ways of doing things and keep up with the world. If I were an employer looking to hire, I'd look for someone who's willing to grow as a person. To conclude, I'd like to review some of the points I've covered in this presentation. Learning goals should be set by each individual person. This presentation was based on my own. When making your learning goals, your strengths and weaknesses in learning should be considered. Finally, there are tons of things that employers are looking for in potential candidates. This is a list of resources I used in creating this presentation. They include several web pages, my mom, and photos that I found using Yahoo to search the internet. This concludes my presentation on learning goals, strengths and weaknesses, and what prospective employers are looking for. Thank you for taking the time to watch.